a high-level politician in an African country. Mr. Tangsi was a high-level government executive. He was born into a poor home in a very poor community. The ghetto, they called it. There was no portable water and no roads, no electricity and no food. All those living in the ghetto suffered from one illness or the other, due to the dirty environment and lack of hospitals and medicine. But amidst the difficulties in the ghetto, there was love amongst the citizens living there. They shared everything they had with each other. So too, the only school that they had in the ghetto was a government school. So the community members tries to keep the school running, but the government denied to fund the school. So the elders decided to create a community school, where they employed community members who could teach. They couldn't pay the teachers, but the teachers accepted to teach with love, because they wanted their children educated. All the child are given scholarships to study in the school, because their parents could not afford the school. The community contributed money from time to time to buy books and school needs, to pay the teachers' stipends and also maintain the school. Tangsi was a very bright young man who was exceptionally intelligent. His teachers took interest in him. He graduated first in his class from primary school and was amongst the top 5 in the country in the end of primary school national examinations. The community decided to adopt Tangsi from his parents, and he became the first amongst hundreds of students that the community decided to sponsor in secondary schools, high school, university. Tangsi excelled in his studies all through and gained admissions with a full scholarship to study medicine in one of the top universities in the United States of America. He graduated with honors and top of his class. The community that had sponsored him was so happy that they sponsored his parents and a few members of the community to go attend his graduation ceremony in the USA. After graduation, Dr. Tangsi was offered a high-paying job in the USA, in a state-of-the-art medical facility. He earned so much money within a short period of time. Meanwhile, back at home, the community was proud of him, but they had not seen him 1 year after graduation. They tried to reach him, but Tangsi was out of touch and reach. The ghetto community began to wonder what had happened to their son. Had he abandoned them after all what they did to him? They trusted him. The elders decided to send Tangsi's parents to the USA to find out what was happening with their son. As Tangsi's parents prepared to leave after the community succeeded to out together the plane tickets, they received a phone call from someone. The voice over the phone said, "Please meet me at the community hall." Tangsi's parents were confused, but they decided to follow the instructions from the voice over the phone. They went to the community hall. As they arrived the hall, they noticed that all the elders were there. They had all received the same call from the same voice. The elders and all the members of the community sat down and waited curiously. They had no idea what was happening. Out of the blue, Dr. Tangsi appeared at the door of the hall. He was dressed as a pauper and in dirty clothes. He wasn't putting on shoes. He walked up to the stage and picked up the microphone. Everyone was shocked, and there was dead silence. Tears rolled down Tangsi's parents' cheeks. The elders looked at each other in sadness. Then Dr. Tangsi started talking over the microphone, to the hearing of everyone. "I am Tangsi Friend, a son of the ghetto, a child of this community. I was born in this poor community, and I grew up in these shacks. I ate what you all eat today and drank from the same dirty streams you all drink from today. I went to the free community school which this community built and maintains. I was given a scholarship by this community to have a secondary education, and even though I had a full scholarship to study medicine in the United States of America, I was fed by the love and support from this community all my years in medical school. Your support helped me graduate with honors and top of my batch. After graduation, I secured a high-paying job in one of the top medical facilities in the USA. And for the last 1 year, I have been working hard to prove myself as a competent medical doctor so I can secure my place in the facility. But one thing struck me, and that is why I am here today. In 1 year, I made so much money from my medical practice and other research projects I carry out by the side. So much money that made me begin to wonder if that is all life was all about. The money we all grew up in these community looking, and which we did not have. But because we loved each other, our bond was our gold. Today, I know what it means to be poor and to be rich. But I did not want to come to you today as a rich man. I wanted to come back to you as the son you all knew. The same son whom you all sponsored, and the same son who knows how hard it is to eat or to go to school from this ghetto. The same son who faced the numerous ailments and diseases caused by the poor ghetto environment. I did not want to show up here in a big car with drums and dancing. I wanted to come back home to you, my fathers and mothers, brother and sisters, the same way I left you. so that you will receive me with the same love and humility that this community has taught us all. In this big bag here is the money I have worked from day one of my employment. I have not touched a cent from it. I have brought it all back to you, the community that made me. From today, we shall all manage my money the same way you managed my life and made me who I am today. As Dr. Tangsi stood before the community, his voice trembled with emotion. The room held its breath, waiting for his next words. He continued, I am Tangsi Frand, a son of the ghetto, a child of this community. I was born in this poor neighborhood, where hope was scarce but love was abundant. We shared our meager meals, our dreams, and our struggles. The community school, built by our collective efforts, became my sanctuary, a place where I learned not only academic subjects, but also the value of compassion, resilience, and unity. Tangsi's parents wiped away tears, their hearts swelling with pride. The elders exchanged knowing glances, realizing that this moment was more significant than any political office or wealth. Dr. Tangsi raised his voice, addressing the community again. I left because I wanted to learn, to grow, and to make a difference. But I never forgot where I came from. The scholarship you provided allowed me to pursue my dreams. Now, it's time for me to give back. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a worn envelope. Inside were deeds to land he had purchased with his earnings. Land that would be used to build a modern hospital for the community, modern schools, pipe-borne water facilities, and many other social amenities. The room erupted in applause and tears flowed freely. Dr. Tangsi stepped down from the stage, his feet sinking into the familiar dirt floor. He hugged his parents tightly, whispering gratitude. Then he faced the community. Let us build a hospital, a place where no child will suffer due to lack of medical care. Let us create a legacy that transcends politics and borders. Together, we can transform this ghetto into a beacon of hope. And so, the community rallied once more. They pooled resources, reached out to international organizations, and worked tirelessly. The hospital rose from the ground, a testament to their resilience and love. Dr. Tangsi returned to practice medicine there, treating patients who reminded him of his childhood self. Years later, when asked about his success, Dr. Tangsi would say, I owe it all to the ghetto, the place that taught me compassion, the community that believed in me. My wealth isn't in dollars, it's in the lives I've touched. And so, the high-level politician became a healer, not of politics but of hearts. His legacy echoed through generations, reminding everyone that greatness isn't measured by titles or bank accounts, it's measured by the impact we have on others. As the sun set over the ghetto, the hospital's lights flickered to life. Dr. Tangsi stood on the rooftop, gazing at the community he loved. The same stars that had witnessed his childhood dreams now witnessed his fulfillment, and the ghetto, once forgotten by the world, became a place of healing, hope, and home. But soon enough, something strange will happen that will change the course of From Tangsi's life and the ghetto, community forever. Stay on this channel for part 2 of the story. Follow us.